Guys, welcome back to the channel. So in the last video, we kind of went over an overview of this scenario, this real client scenario that we're going to be using a credit card to do velocity banking with. So in this video, we're going to kind of break those bills down into an easier format and kind of go over the process that will be used to eliminate debt. So let's jump into the video.
Let's create a budget. Let's get out of debt. Let's build wealth.
Okay guys, so just a quick recap. We have a total income of $3,149.74. Expenses is $3,114.96, and there's a cash flow of $34.78. So now that we have everything listed, we know all the numbers, we have all the bills set up, everything is written out. We're going to start to simplify this now. So we'll move to a more simple sheet, and we have this transferred to a more simple, everything is kind of in the same area. So from here we basically, if you're wanting to do this for yourself, there's three things you really need to do. You need to have a budget, a bill, and then your bank account. So you need to have, if you have two credit cards, make one credit card for your budget, one credit card for your bills, and any other bills that can't be paid with a credit card will come out of your bank account. So we're going to look at the bills here. Rent. So what can be paid with a credit card will be the ties, all the electric, Spectrum, cable, Sprint, and Apple Cloud. So we'll move these, we'll clean this up and move these over to the bills. Okay, so all of the bills now that could be paid with credit card is now put on this bills card. And this bills, the credit card we're going to use for the bills is actually going to be this Delta Community card. So this Delta Community card will be, the minimum payment is going to be the total, which will be $757.15, because we'll be paying this card off every month. So the bills card, $757.15, which leaves our cash flow back at $34.78. This is, she has a $15,000 limit, 9.75% interest rate. The budget is, we were going to use the Capital One. So budget will be the Capital One. So Capital One will be budget. And so its minimum payment will become what the budget amount was. So if we look back at the budget, she didn't really have much on budget. She basically just had the food, the gas, and the PetSmart. So this, she was paying out of her checking account, will now be used on the credit card. And so we could get this Capital One out of here. And let's put the dates in here. Okay, so the dates are entered here when they are due. And there is, I added two bills in the bills card that I always like to put bills here so I know which is which. And this Capital One is the budget. Okay, when I was looking at the dates, I found two bills that I put into the bills card that can't be paid with credit card. And that's the power bill and the water and trash. And those are due on the 9th and the 1st. And that's $92.06 for the power bill or electric bill, and not $65 for the trash, which I reduced this, which still gives us our total of $34.78 in cash flow. Okay, she has $2,339.55 currently in checking account. Savings account is $5,000. So, velocity banking with a credit card, really, if if you're not using a third party, the only way to do velocity banking with a credit card is to run like a 1 month's worth of expenses on that card and then chunk that amount to the front end of an amortized loan. And then after that, there's really nothing more you could do. I mean, it will be a little bit more effective in the fact that, you know, the bill is due like every 30 days or something. You have the 31 days. Eventually, you will end up being able to do it twice. But so what we're planning on doing is using Plastique for this. So what we're going to look at first is we were going to charge $14,000 on the Delta community. So we're going to charge $14K on Delta card, and then we were going to send $500 from the check-in to knock out this Prosper. So that's the first scenario we're going to run. So basically what will happen is we will charge $14,000 to Plastique, and then Plastique will take their fee and turn around and transfer their, you know, $14,000, 2.5% of that would be $350. And then they would turn around and send the $13,650 to Prosper. So really this is, it's basically the same concept with velocity banking. The only difference is the line of credit that you're using is actually costing you a certain percent. So it's not as effective as, you know, just a straight line of credit, but, you know, versus an amortized loan, to be able to chunk this much to a loan at, you know, closer to the front end of that loan, you're more than likely going to save more than that 2.5% fee. You know, guys, these always, as these are ran, it's always, you know, we did our due diligence and we couldn't acquire any other line of credit. So we're doing this in a certain way. If we're given these examples, that means that we've exhausted all other options. So we will run this a few different ways just to see, you know, the difference in which would be the best way to do it. You know, we have a low cash flow here. We only have $34.78 in cash flow. We could have, you know, knocked out Chase. Well, we'll look at the other different possible ways. But the thing is, you know, looking at Prosper and seeing that $760 payment, you know, $760 plus $35, we knock that out, we'll have pretty close to an $800 cash flow. And, you know, and we can do a lot more with that than the $34.78. So it's not like there's a lot of debt here. The total debt is about $36,000. So there's not a lot. So this shouldn't be too bad. But we'll explore a few different ways and see what is possible. So that's sort of going to be the process on how we do it. You know, we have the overview, we have the process, we know our numbers, we know how we're going to tackle the debt. So in the next few videos, we'll explore the different possibilities and different ways and see which would maybe be the best, fastest, and save us the most money. You know, always saving money, you know, is always obviously the best choice, but sometimes it goes with someone's personality. It might be better, you know, over a long period of time, you know, with the $200-300 difference to do something in a different way that makes easier and makes more sense to that person than to try to do a process that you can't keep up with and then end up, you know, missing out or messing up, and then by that time costing yourself $300, $400, $500. So we're going to look at this in different ways. I do hope that you guys found value in this video. If you did, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.